Welcome to The Made Gentleman, a show where we talk about how to become a real gentleman. Today I want to talk about taking care of yourself and the misconceptions of being healthy. Taking care of yourself is all about making sure that you feel good all the time, not feeling sluggish, not being exhausted, and that you're always feeling energized. So usually when people think about, oh, let me start taking care of myself, let me start being healthy, they think about, let me jump straight into the gym. Now, as much as I'm all about the gym, start simple. Change your eating habits. I guarantee that 90% of what you eat is not good for you. They also say that 70% of your diet should consist of raw foods. Now, what does that mean? Should I eat raw meat, raw chicken, raw fish? No. What that means is start eating more fruits and vegetables. Supernatural, organic goodness. More than half the stuff that we put into our mouths today are processed. Let's think about that. We engineer food so that they last longer, so that we can sell them more at a cheaper rate, so that they can be packaged in different packages, and we're putting that into our bodies. You know, we're engineering foods to put into our bodies. It doesn't make any sense because our bodies aren't engineered. Our bodies aren't chemically engineered like that, you know? Our bodies were made to eat the natural things around us. If you take it all the way back to our caveman days, right? Which is not that long ago if you think about it. The cavemen back in the day were trim and lean, right? Now, did they exercise? Did they squat? Did they bench press? Did they do pull-ups? No. So how were they able to stay so fit? Well, if you think about what their lives consisted of, they hunted all day. And what did they eat? They ate natural food. You know, the women would pick berries and they would take that as their snacks. And, you know, at the end of the day, they would eat whatever they caught, right? So they fueled their bodies to enable them to hunt throughout the day. So they utilized all the calories that they were eating, and that's why they never really got fat. Nowadays, we're stuck at our desks and watching TV. You know, so the amount of calories that we're intaking, we're not utilizing it. We're not using it up, which is why we become fat. Think about that. Now, I'm not saying that you need to be a gladiator or have a six-pack, because first of all, you know, as nice as a six-pack may be, it doesn't mean that you're healthy. It could still very well mean that you have a high cholesterol, you have high blood pressure, you may be on the verge of diabetes. You know, just because you have a six-pack does not mean you're healthy. And also, you know, what we fail to realize is that all these things that we think look good or is how we should look was all a marketing ploy. It was all a marketing, you know, tactic to make you want to sign up for the gym, to make you want to buy the latest gym equipment, the latest exercise equipment. It was all geared to get inside your head to make you think, oh, this is what I should look like. It's not. Now, we are, however, trained to think that way, and, you know, a nice body is nice to look at, and that's something that we can't control. We were already trained to think that way, so we're, you know, accept it. However, don't think that just because you're lean and you're muscular means you're healthy. Make sure you take care of your insides first. Make sure that everything is regulated and everything is working correctly in your insides before you even start to think about how you look on the outside. Now remember, fat is not a bad thing. You know, we need fat around our organs to help protect it, and we need fat to keep us insulated. You know, it's just, fat is not a good thing when you have an excess amount of it. Everyone is different, and based on your height and your age, you know, that's how you determine how much fat you should really have or what a healthy amount of fat to have is good. Don't get me wrong. Making healthy eating habit choices is extremely hard, especially the world that we live in today. Especially when you go out to eat with your friends, especially, you know, when you're having dinner somewhere at someone's house, or going to a party, or on a lunch break. It's so hard to do because there really isn't that many healthy food choices out there. However, they are on the rise now a bit. I do see a lot more healthy food stores and food restaurants coming up. But the only way to really control what you eat is to make your own food, is to prepare your meals for the day, to make sure that you have no other choice but to eat what you make. And because you are making what you're about to eat, you know that it's healthy and it's good for you. So when you go food shopping, the best thing to do is, one, never shop when you're hungry. Trust me, never shop when you're hungry. And two, stay on the perimeter of the store. What that means is stay towards the produce section and the meat section. Don't go in the middle. Nothing in the middle is really good for you. They're all processed, they're all packaged. None of that stuff is really not good for you. Make sure that you're getting healthy greens, the darker the better, healthy fruits, the darker the better also, more antioxidants. You know, I'm not a nutritionist, so I don't want to exactly tell you what you should be eating, what you shouldn't be eating, but based on my knowledge and based on what I've been knowing, and based on my experience, I do know that these things are to be true. And try to eat your vegetables raw, or minimize the amount of heat that you're putting to it. Because when you boil it and when you heat it up, you're already killing all the nutrients that you need out of that vegetable. So it almost becomes, pointless. I mean, there are still some nutrients that you're getting out of it, but you're pretty much just ridding it of all the nutrients after you boil it and cook it up. A lot of this stuff is very overwhelming when you go in, and you're going to be like, well, what am I going to eat? Because you're so used to eating so much different foods, and you have access to so many different things and choices, that when you start to realize what you really should be eating, there really isn't that much choice. There really isn't that many options. You have to start thinking on, eating to live, not living to eat. There's a big major difference, Start thinking of food as fuel for your body in order to get you through the day. So take the time, do your own research. Everyone is different, everyone's body is different. Learn how to eat correctly for yourself and for the activities that you have going on in the day. Now once you have all that in check, you'll start to see a dramatic change. You'll start to feel different, you'll start to look different, your clothes will fit better, and you'll get motivated to want to be better, to want to look better. And then you can take that step into exercising, whether that's going for a walk, then you can increase that to a jog and then a run. Then you can head into a gym, start weight training. Just because you're weight training doesn't mean you're going to become like a bodybuilder. Weight training is more effective in burning calories and burning fat. Why? Because when you're working out in the gym and you're lifting the weights, you're breaking down muscle fibers. And when those muscle fibers rebuild, they get stronger and bigger, which is how it works. Now, the rebuilding process happens throughout the whole day. It's, while you're sleeping, while you're working, throughout the whole day, your muscles are rebuilding, which is using more calories, which is why it's more effective. And when the muscles rebuild, it burns the fat, which is also why it's essential to get the right amount of sleep. Sleep is so essential, not only for your health and to make sure you're alert during the day, but to keeping the weight off. Because when you're not getting enough sleep, your body is stressed. It's under a lot of stress, and it starts to build cortisol and give you that belly fat that you can't stand to look at. So make sure you get enough sleep. Recommended for an adult obviously is anywhere between 6 to 8 hours. I myself try to get 7 hours. It's not always the easiest thing, but it's very essential and it should be a priority. Once you get all that in check, you're feeling amazing, you're feeling good, you're looking good, your confidence is higher. Now the most important part about taking care of yourself is fulfilling the need inside, fulfilling your soul. Now that's something I can't really help you on because that's such a deep, topic and a deep subject. And for many, it could be a long process to fulfill that soul and make you happy. But what I can advise is to just start ridding your life, like I said before, of all the negatives and start bringing all the positives. Start putting yourself first. Start making sure that you're happy first. Start doing things that you want to do and don't do things that other people want you to do if you're not happy with it. From then on, that's a simple step and that'll help you fulfill your need. If you need to fulfill yourself, spiritually, with religion or whatever else it may be, start. Do something for your soul and do something for yourself. There's so much more in taking care of yourself, and there's so much more details that go into, eating correctly and exercising and fulfilling your soul. It's way too much for a YouTube series. That's a separate topic on itself. But those are the basics, and those are the simple things that you can do. What I do recommend is do the research for yourself, not only listen to me, or even take my advice, because it may not be the right advice for you, but take it into consideration and start seeing what you need to do for yourself. Remember, it's all about you. And all these things that help you become a better person help bring out the inner gentleman, help bring out those natural qualities, and it'll improve the life of yourself and it'll improve the lives of everyone around you. And that's the main purpose here, is to become a true, genuine gentleman. So that's the show for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, @MadeGentleman. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check back with me next week, guys. Thanks, guys.